You're such an asshole.
I will immediately admit the thumbnail is a bit much. There are some union workers who do work. They are the blue collar. But we talk about government unions. Oh, that's a little bit different. You guys are worthless pieces of shit. All right, let's go on. Hey, Aaron, depending on how you measure it, Illinois has a massive debt crisis related mostly to unfunded pensions for teachers. There you go, the lazy ones. We're not talking the road builders, although I threw that picture of them. I'm talking the babysitters. When the number was over 145 billion in unfunded pension obligations alone, I would bring this up. What is Illinois' gross state product? Let's see how much gross state product. 779 billion. So 145 divided by 780. That means Illinois to fund that would have to basically implement a tax of 18% 1 year. I'm just going to kill the camera because the internet's being quantahahi. I would bring this up to work colleagues and neighbors that this is crazy and something needs to be done. No one seemed to care, which to this day mystifies me. Are people out of it? Like, what the hell? All right, you are talking to Americans. I cannot say this enough. As I've gotten time to catch my breath after getting through this hell called, survival, Americans are dumb. They're dumb. They're lazy. They're spoiled. And you're not the popular guy at the party saying, hey, we got to do something. Did you try to raise concern about a real problem that require work and effort on everyone's part in that state anyway? They don't care. What is government debt to GDP? What, we're at 33 trillion, GDP of 20? So 110, 120, 130%? I don't know. I don't care anymore. I don't care. That's okay. I hate the Republicans. I was sort of a high earner and we were always savers, so I retired early. We sold our house in Illinois for a nice profit, paid cash for a much better house in a red state. Now plan on watching the possible, it's going to happen, dumpster fire in Illinois from a distance. In my opinion, the situation in Illinois is hopeless. It's not hopeless. They could, they'd have to tax people. I mean, you think about that, 18% in 1 year. You could amortize that over time. It's not the worst. If people do the numbers, we got to do this. There you go. But they're not going to say, hey, everybody, we got to do this. And they're not going to do it without reforming the pension fund because teachers are just fucking angels. Are they switching to a 403B, a defined benefit retirement, or do they still have pensions? Anyway, in my opinion, the situation in Illinois is hopeless, especially since in 1970 they added a clause in the state constitution allowing for improvements to retiree benefits, not diminishment. Well, there you go. All right, you answer. So now you can't even fix the problem. So unless the Illinois Constitution is amended, I believe the only way to get out is to raise taxes. No, that is the only way to get out. You're going to have to raise taxes, to which are already high in Illinois. I'm not an economist like you, but to me, this seems unsustainable and hopeless. It is. Now, okay, it's not unsustainable. If they tax people at a rate, which I'm not for raising tax, I'm just telling you the solution. You want nice things, you want government spending, you got to pay for it with taxes. You're not the federal government. You can't print off money. But if they had just taken the time to, what you say in the 1970s, let's go back. So that's 50 years ago. You're saying that you couldn't have squirreled away another 1 or 2% of Illinois gross state product, topped off the pension fund? But politicians, they love running deficits. The state and local, I don't understand that. I guess they're kind of like bankers. They just like, well, I won't be here, so it doesn't matter if that guy pays back his 15-year loan. I'm retiring in 3 or moving to another one. That's what bankers do. But yeah, we could have done all of this a lot better. We could have financed the welfare state, which is like 2/3 of what has contributed to the national debt. We could have taxed a little bit more and not had this horrific debt. Right? Again, I'm for cutting spending, but there's a possible solution. But Illinois has made it impossible. I mean, now maybe they got to go through other ways by cutting the number of teachers. I don't know. There's other maybe, ways or variables, but and Illinois voted for it. You all voted for it. Nothing's too good for the teachers. Am I making any progress in that and getting y'all to realize that teachers are horrible, disgusting human beings in general? They're evil. There are some good teachers, no doubt, but most of them. Am I making any do you all remember going to school? Do you remember what miserable, evil people they were? Those fuckers took 13 years of your youth. Fuck them. And here you are. Oh, teachers are great. No, they're Nazi concentration camp guards. That's what they are. That's a bit much. I admit that's a bit much. They didn't want to kill you. They just really wanted money and they really didn't want to work. And they took your youth. Fuck them. As the taxes are high already, why wouldn't more taxpayers like me just leave the state? Ding, 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 ding. You're right. It's called capital flight. They'll leave. Math won't care about the pension requirement in the Constitution. Illinois can't print money and Illinois can't borrow forever, so pension checks will eventually just bounce, right? Yeah, unless, and I think this happened in New York City, the federal government bails them out, which is what I think the Democrats are wink, wink, nudge, nudge with whoever the president might happen to be. And down the road, what will happen, whether it's California, Illinois, Minnesota has a balanced budget amendment, so they don't have that. Any state or even municipality, as in the case of New York, just like the bankers, they'll get bailed out. But it'll be okay because they're teachers. And they're Democrats, so it's okay when they steal our money. And at that point, if you get the federal government to bail you, they could just print off the money. Oh, yay, we bailed them out. And then 3 years later, as that money permeates throughout the economy, the young idiot Democrat voters be like, I can't afford housing. Why is housing so expensive? But yeah, aside from a federal government bailout, which the Republicans will probably have something to say about, Illinois is going to have to tax people, and they're going to have to do like a one-off. Here's how you could practically do it. You do a one-off wealth tax or a sales tax or income tax or something, so that the people like, okay, it's one time, right? One time. All right, I got to pay an extra 20% of my income to the state government. All right, then we go back to normal. I think a lot of, especially the rich people, which there's a lot in Chicago, by the way, or the Chicago area, they're not going to upend their lives and move for 1 year of high taxes. Humans are incredibly reluctant to move, or Americans are, I should say. Ukrainian women who want dick aren't. Hey, whoa. I'm sorry, they don't want dick. I meant they're willing to suck dick to live. There we go. Okay, glad I clarified that. But yeah, people plant roots. They got the company there, whatever. That's where the kids are going to the good schools. They're going to the good schools. They could get it. They could. And the Chicago voters, because the rest of Illinois don't count, the Chicago voters are voted in. You got 8 million idiots there like, oh my God. Raise taxes on the rich, you say. All right. Because nothing's too good for the teachers. And then they get upset. Well, I thought you said we were only raising taxes on the rich. I only make $110,000 a year. What's this? Well, you're rich. Well, I meant other people, not me. Oh, no. I have to pay for what I vote for? It's so unfair. I'm a Democrat. So would the checks just bounce? Yeah, inevitably there wouldn't be enough money. If they can't, they're no different than a business. If they can't borrow the money, they can't raise the money through taxes, and there ain't no money left over. Yeah, the checks will start to bounce. They might do some kind of rotating, move the funds from the fire department fund to the teachers fund, then move the thing. They'll go and try and find the cash, but inevitably the entity, the state of Illinois, would run out of money, and then the checks would bounce, and then there'd be this, oh my God, the teachers aren't getting their retirement checks. Oh nosies. They've only, here's Gertrude and Tilly. They posted guard at the concentration camp called a school for 40 years and indoctrinated and pissed away 3 generations of young kids' lives, and they're on a fixed income. Yeah, checks would bounce. Yes. And then after that, I'm not familiar with how states declare bankruptcy. I guess you'd have to sell state assets. That might be I don't know if Illinois owns land. It would have to sell. I don't know. They'd have to look at their balance sheet. Like, what does the state own? What can we sell? There could, I don't know if like a receivership, or now you come under the domain of the federal government. There's an emergency management team, and I don't know what happens after that, but yeah, teachers could stop getting their pension checks. Good thing you teachers taught nothing but socialism. Nothing but socialism. And now you get to suffer from it. I have a feeling they won't, because instead of appreciating construction workers or carpenters or tradesmen or computer programmers or soldiers, man, this country just loves teachers. Oh, they love teachers so much. All right, there we go. Let's go to the super chats. Talbot Links, new guy, $10. Saw you struggling to come up with an Asian name for Chad and Tyrone. I would like to offer the name of the most Chad Vietnamese guy I've ever known. Women chasing Asian Chad are called chasing dong. Is that really a name? Is that really? Someone came up with something else. It was really good. Hat and Clogs, $2. Cappy, did you hear what Canada's parliament did? No, I don't know. What did they do? Do I care? Did they do another dumb Canadian thing that means, we just weren't socialist enough? What did they do? Ramen noodles, $10. They don't even bother to hide it anymore. The Congressional Budget Office says that deficits will average $2 trillion each year from now until 2033. How can they continue this insanity? You promised people money. It's popular. It gets you elected. I don't care anymore. I got my crypto. I bought my precious metals and bullets. I got my mortgage at 2%. I'm ready for the hyperinflation. You bring it on. I do, though. There is a bit of me, like, now the ultra wealthy in this country are all Democrat. And I'm wondering if there's going to be kind of like this thing where it's like, yeah, we really ought to pay more. You're going to have to. But unless we reform all the social service programs and you cut the amount of money the government's spending, it ain't gonna matter. There you go. Gee, it's almost like I said something like this before. Link below. There's a link to my books on Amazon, my Amazon affiliate program, and a link to my Subscribestar channel, where for $2 a month you can get access to the Road Trip podcast. There is a podcast for free up there. That's the latest post I did. And it's about me picking on the great one. All right. Wait, one more. Hat and Clogs, $2. They gave a standing ovation to Ace SS. Oh, you mean an SS guy? Wait, from the old what? If it's still alive? wait. Okay, I'll look it up later. All right, I'll see you guys later, Toodles.